Yo, what's the done deal? Welcome to the official first episode of the Thought Process. How's everybody doing today?
Feel like an astronaut.
You say drunk as fuck?
Flying high in the sky.
We ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna let that slide.
You know,
bear with me.
There's
it's
a
allergy
bear?
season,
there's a bear.
and my bronchitis is on 10,000. So
Look at the bears. Look at the bears. Look at the
it
bears.
may appear like I'm sick, but I'm not sick.
I'm sick of you.
Besides that, I'm your host. It's your boy Latif. To my right is Alia Rose. To my left is that boy Eli. And down on the corner, that nigga Sean.
He would put me on the corner.
So this sofa
Racism.
is comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like it because I'm like, I want to talk, but then I also want to rest.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This
LOL.
it is definitely comfortable.
Okay. All right. Let me wake up.
So today we got our main topic of is blood thicker than water. We're gonna get into that definitely. I know people got things to say. Then we're gonna talk about that man Ja Morant, 23-year-old young man in the NBA acting real reckless. Or
My boy just doing his thing.
is he just doing his thing?
He's just a young black man in America.
America.
Still my president.
That's funny. I'll never get
600 Breezy.
R.I.P.
Who names these niggas? 600 Breezy says Quavo is snitch if he testifies to in the court trial.
You know,
If he says anything
If he says
about who shot his best friend.
Best friend? Family member.
yeah, well, best
Relative.
friend, family member,
Relative.
childhood,
Blood. Speaking of it.
homie, you know,
I didn't know they was related for
Yeah,
real.
they cousins.
But real quick, we want to highlight this real quick. Who the fuck is naming these rappers nowadays? I just being real. Like, I don't have no problem with the name. I'm just wondering from a genuine perspective.
I think they name themselves.
Some of these names are kind of getting just too
Lil Pump.
interesting.
Like,
That's-
oh, no. It's like they're going in line. It's like 42 Doug, 600 Breezy. Like, you know, a couple rappers in between.
And a whole bunch of littles.
A whole bunch of little.
I mean, the real thing is I'm
Finesse
just
2 times.
Two-time.
the thing is that there's nothing wrong with these names. It's just I don't understand it. So it's like, do y'all know? So y'all don't know the back. So niggas is just dropping names and no backstories.
Wait. When's the last time you heard a rapper whose name had a backstory?
Bro, so we don't know why Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne is also like 50 years old.
I'm just
So,
saying.
like,
I'm just
You
saying.
don't know why Sauce
I'm
Walker is
saying.
Sauce Walker?
I'm saying rappers back in the
Because
day.
he walks on sauce? Is
Back in the
that
day,
why?
they used to explain that. Y'all remember they used to explain that?
So when I say when is the last time, you answered it back in the day.
Now
I'm
niggas
just
dropping
saying,
it.
now niggas is
I
just like-
assume that 600. His name is Breezy, and 600 is like his block or
Yeah,
something.
I thought that too. But then like 42 Doug, like is he like 42nd?
Maybe he like Jackie Robinson.
I don't know enough about gang culture, so I don't know shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
speaking
maybe
from
my
a
man
place
42
of
Doug is a
ignorance.
fan of baseball.
But like Chris Rock said,
just
I ain't trying to
saying.
piss off no rappers.
Oh God.
Niggas storming through the door.
Hey, but I will watch Emancipation just to see this man get whooped.
That's crazy.
We got.
I will not watch.
We gonna
Since
circle
we
back to
already
that.
here, we might as well start
I will
with
not watch
Oh,
Emancipation.
Yeah, we gonna start with that man Chris. So Chris last week, was that this past week?
It was just last week.
Yeah, this past week, finally
dropped his
spoke on
Netflix
him getting
special.
slapped at the was it the Oscars? No, it wasn't the Oscars. It was
something. It was the Oscars.
Yeah, I
wasn't
think it was the Oscars.
it was the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got slapped at the Oscars last year. He finally spoke on it a year later. Speaking of the Oscars, I think they're this weekend.
I didn't know because I didn't
In
care.
honor of the Oscars, he dropped it ahead of time, so we'll be watching it and shit.
Yeah. I
Cool.
think it
Good
was this
timing,
week.
Chris. Good
Great
timing.
time.
He was like, "Watch it for me."
Exactly.
But I didn't watch the whole thing.
The Oscars.
Did y'all watch the whole thing? Did y'all watch?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
The whole stand up?
I watched the whole stand up.
I didn't watch. I haven't.
So you did not watch the whole stand up?
I watched part of it and
Did
then
you-
got distracted.
Oh, you got okay. So it wasn't like you were like, "Oh, this is distasteful." Click.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
He was getting to the thick of it, like the real person he should be mad at is Jada for the entanglement, and I was like, "Oh shit."
Okay, so I really do want to ask a woman's perspective on that part.
The entanglement.
Yeah.
Just like, did you feel like Will Smith? Hold on, let me put my. Did
Was
you
a
feel
bitch.
like Will Smith?
Charlamagne called him up.
Was right. Hey, name like six. He just wanted to call him a bitch a whole lot. But did you feel like Will Smith pulled a bitch move
By slapping Chris Rock.
by storming the stage during the Oscars
Yeah, I mean,
and slapping Chris Rock?
yeah, cause like at the end of the day, like if you're gonna square up with somebody, square up with them for real. Like, cause what was Chris Rock gonna do?
Chase you to your seat.
Like, come back.
That nigga was about to lose however many millions they were paying
Yeah.
him had he swung on Will
So
Smith.
it was like a sucker punch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how
That's
I felt.
exactly what it was.
And he said that. He was like, yeah, he slapped somebody he knew wasn't gonna fight back. Well, he knew that he could win.
He said, I took that slap like Pacquiao.
He called him Suge Smith.
Oh,
Nah,
shit.
okay, so I will say that Pacquiao reference that I'm like, nigga, what?
But Pacquiao can fight though.
I'm like, you just compared yourself to Pacquiao, nigga?
I mean,
We
Pacquiao
can
can take a hit. I thought that was the point.
And
took a
Will
couple
Smith
hits from
hooked
Mayweather.
knocked Rocky out.
Okay, so
Mayweather
like,
popped him in the face a couple
so
times.
I just want to point this out, right?
Yeah.
Will Smith slapped him.
Yeah.
Hard.
Pacquiao boxes
Yeah.
in a ring with niggas with closed fists.
Subject.
Okay, so like
Put gloves on. Don't
that's
forget
all-
the gloves.
Bro,
Hey.
get the fuck out of here, bro. We
I'm at
talking
a point
about
where
a
I feel
nigga
like-
who open hand slapped you. versus
Then
a
he
nigga
slapped
who-
him from the hip too. He ain't cock it back. He slapped him from the hip. That was a gentleman slap.
Nah, bro, he really like didn't
That
want
was
him
a-
to know what
that
he
was
was
a
gonna
French
do.
slap.
Like he
That nigga-
walked up there like he was finna shake his
Keep
hand.
my
or something.
wife's name out your
He didn't even
fucking
talk shit till he
mouth.
got back to his
That
seat.
was really
Hey,
he
so
really
since we
pulled
gonna
the
talk about
slap from the top of the shoulder and the neck. It wasn't really tricep
Yeah.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was just
he really just rubbed his face a little bit.
That's really a workout
So look,
that we
with that
do.
being said,
You know
with
what
that
I'm
being
saying?
said, do we think Jada, well, all this time passed, like now that we can look at it with a clear point of view, do we think Jada sent him?
No,
Send
bro.
him?
I know.
No.
No,
I think Jada was
No.
embarrassed.
And she,
I think
and
Jada-
Go ahead.
She was
Jada
like,
pulled a fucking Beyonce. Remember when Lil Mama was trying to run up on stage and fucking, and she was like, no. But Will Smith was like, nah.
No. I think Jada looked at him and was like, "Go get that nigga." It was targeting.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry. I completely didn't understand.
I was saying Jada was trying to do like what Beyonce was trying to do for Lil Mama when she was trying to prevent like Lil Mama from going up on stage and interrupting Jay-Z and Alicia Keys performing.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
didn't remember that one.
It was one of those.
Okay.
She
Nah.
was like, baby, no.
Nah.
Like,
Jada
Get your
def-
motherfucking one of those. Okay.
that shit definitely was targeting.
I don't know, bro. I feel like at some point we gotta stop blaming Jada, cause she sucked somebody else's dick.
No.
but
She
did not
sucked
tell
her
him.
son's friend's dick.
Right.
That's
That's
the
the
fucking-
thing.
And then she asked him how he felt about it.
Oh,
And,
red table talk.
Wait. All right.
But she did not say go slap that little short nigga.
Let
She
me
didn't
clear-
say that.
I feel like she
Clarify
did.
two things. One, we started talking about Chris Rock. That's when we started. Now we're talking about.
The entanglement.
But I will say this, right? I feel like that nigga Chris said something that was important. He said, "My joke that like it could it."
Nah.
He said she hurt you way more
Than my
than my joke, and I was like,
Nah, but how
No. He said she hurt me. She hurt you way more than you hurt me.
Yeah.
yeah, and that was like he right
He ain't
Nah,
lying.
like,
because
Cause you still feel that
Will
shit.
slapped him.
You wake up and look at her and be
But
like, damn, you was sucking the fuck out of his dick.
Chris was really a proxy for Jada.
No, but
You know
that's
what I'm
exactly what I was
saying?
about to say. Because Chris even said that. He was like that slap really wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Like,
He was like,
I couldn't find August, and I can't put my hands on you.
that nigga slapped
Hey,
Chris.
so
Bitch, you
question.
did.
So question.
I hate you.
So question. My question is, do you think that Chris Rock was right in calling Jada a bitch on the Netflix special?
Oh,
Right
no.
or wrong?
But I feel like he had a good point, bro. Because she told that man to quit his job. Okay, so let me do my job on you. Since you decided to discuss me, now I'm gonna discuss you. I just got a bigger platform than you.
I will say this.
So was the bitch justified?
It wasn't right.
Nobody was bullying that bitch. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. That was like the funniest 20 minutes of the special.
Nah, because the end, he was like, all right, I'm gonna take
I know what y'all want to talk about.
the motherfucking gloves off.
He said he took him off one finger at a time.
Yeah, that nigga was like, and was slapping Will while he was doing bitch.
Hey, nah, with every bitch he said.
Bitch.
Keep, bro.
Pussy ass
I
nigga.
love how he fucked up the joke and then kept going.
Bitch.
Oh yeah. Because he was like, he said emancipation, and he was like, but he gave me a concussion.
Yeah.
But he meant to say concussion.
I will say,
I thought you had something to say.
I will say, also, he, like, the stand up wasn't the funniest, right?
Not at all.
Like, part of the stand up was just the fact that we wanted to hear the niggas like response to that situation.
Yeah,
A year later.
So he waited till the end for a
And the nigga made apparently 20 million off that stand up. So like in the grand scheme of things, right? Let's just like do the math.
You got
know
paid
what
for the
I'm
Oscars.
saying? Got paid for the Oscars. Got slapped on stage. Everybody said it was whack. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody called him a bitch.
Everybody, no. Will embarrassed himself. Nigga got banned from the recording
For 10 years.
For 10 years.
A decade. He might not even be alive.
You know what I'm saying? Like banned from whatchamacallit. And now like everybody is kind of like disappointed in Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Because
I feel like a lot of people are disappointed because he apologized.
Everybody's like, bro, this is like a signature moment that just like hands down you're whack. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Would
bro,
y'all
you're
have
whack.
apologized?
Huh?
Would y'all have apologized?
For slapping a nigga?
Yeah.
Shit.
I feel like once you slap a nigga, you can't really apologize.
Like, I did this shit in front of everybody.
Like,
What am I
imagine
gonna
trying
say?
to walk up and shake a nigga hand that you slapped the shit out of.
All right, so-
Please
so-
be expected to get the shit slapped at you.
And so what I was just saying, grand scheme, it seems like Chris Rock kind of like, it seemed like the nigga made the right decisions. I mean, like in the moment, he didn't get into a scrap. He made his check, and then he made more money off the situation later on. And like the other nigga in the situation is kind of discredited.
Really, for years to come, like that's gonna be like a running thing.
That's
like,
what I want to see.
forever, like forever.
Like 2025.
That's iconic. Fucking 2040.
Hey, did Emancipation already come out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Emancipation
Okay,
been
I
out.
did. Y'all
Yeah,
watched
exactly. Nobody watched it. 'cause
Oh,
nobody
no.
cares about Will Smith. No one.
I just watched to see Will Smith get beat.
it? I did.
Yeah, Massa. Hit him again.
Nah,
Nigga said you missed the spot.
It's crazy. I will say, so I Am Legend 2 is in the works. That's one Will Smith movie I plan to see.
Yeah, I do plan on seeing that.
Zombies.
And not because Michael B's in it.
Zombies. I'm a zombies person. So
Yeah.
like I'm gonna watch it because it's zombies. So you know.
Speaking of Michael B, never mind. We're not even gonna get into the Michael B situation.
Why not?
Before we close,
Just say a quick statement about it. You know.
okay. All right.
I feel like that's
before
important.
before we do,
With Lord Harvey.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. His L.
Yeah. I just want to say that I love how Chris Rock closed out the whole set with, yeah, my parents taught me not to fight in front of white people.
Yeah.
It was meant to be funny, but that was some real shit.
I felt like
Yeah.
that was a subtle diss. If
yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
He said I was raised right.
Can y'all correct me? Was Will Smith raised with both of his parents?
No, Will's mom sent him to Bel Air,
Bruh. Back.
but
Shut up.
check it. So, real quick on Michael B.
Damn,
Um,
that was that was a subtle joke.
Yeah.
That nigga said, "Yeah, I was raised by my parents."
real quick on Michael B. Michael B. He was on the red carpet. A woman that he went to school with.
Yep.
And was basically messing, like, basically you could say she was bullying him back in school.
Wait, that was a miss. So it turned out that, well, yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was bullying him back in school.
They used to call that man corny for bringing headshots to school. It was calling him corny because he wanted to be an actor, he wanted to be a model, and all this other stuff.
So it turned out there was another person on her pod that was actually calling him corny. So the lady who was talking to him wasn't actually the one who called him.
But like they went to high. He literally was like, "I remember you from high school. You used to call me corny,
Yeah.
and now I make more money than you." He didn't say that last part, but you do.
So
He was thinking it.
real quick on it, y'all in that position, y'all doing what Michael B did, or y'all gonna hold your head high and keep it pushing?
All right, and this is why I wanted to talk about this, right? I know, like, you asked a very direct question, right? But like, I wasn't too lit in high school, and then in college I was a little lit, so I went back and fucked all the girls that wouldn't fuck me in high school.
Oh, so
I'm
back
that
then they
petty.
didn't want you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm petty like that,
Now you hot.
and they all on me.
You know,
And so in that, like, people was like, "Oh, he's not a man. He ain't blah 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 blah." I'm like, bro, you can't tell people how to process like their trauma, because at the end of the day, like, that was people trying to tell him his dream wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
That was people trying to tell him he wasn't gonna be nothing.
and now people trying to make it off of his clout.
Literally. So like, if he want to say something about it, that's him.
What you got to say, Aaliyah?
I just want to say, I feel like even though everyone's entitled to like do what they want and say what they want, like, you should always do your best to stay humble. Because just like that saying, the people
Yeah,
you see
listen to
on the way
Kendrick
up,
Lamar.
that's the same people you're gonna see on the way down. So like, you feel me? Like, why give her more? Like, why give her 15 minutes of fame and even acknowledging that she used to talk shit to you like in high school? Because like, you should be leagues ahead of that now. Like, that shouldn't bother you now. You get.
But how do you get to tell people what should bother them?
I just said it shouldn't, but people
So-
are still entitled to their own feelings.
Yeah.
I want to say that, like, maybe it didn't. I mean, like, at the time when he was younger, of course, like, it might have bothered him. But like, at his grown age, he's like in his mid-30s. I don't feel like it bothered him. He was just like, "Hey, you used to fuck with me in school. Don't come over here trying to get clout off of my name," type shit. That's how I took it. I pointed out, it's like, she called me corny, and now look at her, like, she trying to use me for clout. That's how I see it.
I mean, so I ain't never been no celebrity. I don't know what it's like being no celebrity and shit. But I saw it as kind of whack because for the same reason of like how they even got into that situation. It's like, bro, let's say he 30 and she like, what, 33, something like that. These are arbitrary numbers. I don't know how old they are. But what if like like by the time he 45, she 48, and like now he's doing interviews or broke and she's got money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
And
it's
the
like,
tables just turned.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why you got to stay humble, because the table can always turn.
which is why like I feel, because so in honesty, right? If he really is corny, he's still corny. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Facts.
You just a corny
It's
nigga
like-
with
He's a
money.
corny nigga
so
with money.
like him trying to point that out, like, oh, I was corny back then. It's like, nigga, you are corny right now. I'm getting an interview because my fucking job. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, he doesn't make himself look better or anything
Yeah.
by saying something back to that, because it's like,
It's like you're corny.
you're still corny. Like, you know
corny
what I'm
and
saying?
showing.
So it's like, if you was corny then, you still corny.
You're corny and
You're just
showing.
corny with money.
Corn tortillas.
So, like, you
That's
didn't-
why Lori broke up with you. I'm kidding.
Damn.
Nah,
I'm
that's
kidding,
what he's
I'm
trying to
kidding,
really
I'm
get
kidding,
into. It's
I'm
like,
kidding.
Nah, we can't
Like-
even. That's a long.
Allegedly.
No.
Hey, nah, bro. The room is really showing me like who is who in high school for real.
That's the thing. It's like, that's the thing. It's like he. It's like he got little, like it's. I don't.
It's like Lil Man
It's
syndrome,
like
but
little
with
man syndrome,
money.
because it's like, oh, I gotta
Yeah,
prove.
when you got a big dick, you
I
don't
gotta,
get
Hey.
Corvette.
I gotta prove something. You know
It's
what I'm
that
saying?
same shit that
bro,
got Tory Lanez in jail right now.
It's like,
That
bro,
Lil Man
nobody give a
syndrome.
fuck. Like, you ain't gotta prove
Not
shit.
Tory. I ain't
You
gonna lie
was
to you.
younger
Short.
He was an
Tory
angry
ain't shoot that
leprechaun.
bitch.
Because like when people talk about deferred gratification, right, and they talk about like, oh yeah, I made these decisions and blah blah blah. We get it. Okay, cool. But then when they go too far and they say like, that's why my life is the way it is, because I controlled it and I made, and it's like, okay. To an extent, bro, you have control over things that happen in your life, and then to an extent, bro, shit is going well for you. like
Yeah.
that's a real thing, bro. Like people don't like to acknowledge, but it's like shit gotta go right in other instances outside of you for things to go right for you.
True.
And like a lot of times people like to dismiss that shit because they know about their own effort.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like there's other parts to this puzzle. Like, you know what I'm saying? People, a lot of times when people make like some kind of achievement, that's when it becomes like that. When they're like, yeah, I did this shit.
So check it. It's that time of the night, people. Thot confessionals. Who wants to go first?
The fuck? The fuck is this?
I'll go
Nigga said,
first.
I ain't signed up for this.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, thot confessions.
Ali said she's going
Pete
first.
Fucked up right now.
Nah. So remember, like I said, in like when we were talking about it in the chat, and so this is because this is new to y'all. This is the first episode of y'all seeing this. Thot confessionals. Basically, we're either gonna give you a piece of advice from when we not even gonna say when we, but like just from back in the day, something that we experienced that somebody else may not experience, and like if you're going through it at this point in time, you'll know how to deal with how we handle it, so you'll be able to navigate through it. Or you can just drop a little thot story. Either way it goes, you know what I'm saying? One's a thot and one's a thought.
I got mine first. I'm ready.
Ali said she wanted to go first.
You can go.
Okay, you got it. Okay. You got it.
Go ahead.
All right, so fellas, this is for you guys. Because in my experience, it just is not something that women are necessarily going to
Experience?
not experience, but do. What's the word I'm looking for?
Do. Two-letter word.
Learn when your woman's cycle is, like when it starts,
So you can not hit her up.
and then count 5 days earlier than that day, and then set an alarm for that day. Because a lot of times I've gotten into arguments with my girl just before her period starts because she's PMSing, and I didn't know that was what was going on, and I would be so lost in the argument, not seeing that this is a petty ass argument. I'm just going back and forth with her because I'm like, what the fuck are we arguing? Why are we arguing? Why is this a problem right now? What the fuck? And then a couple days later, now she find out her cycle came. I'm like, oh, that's what that argument came from. Because then when we actually like calm down and talk about it, we find out like, oh, this argument wasn't really an argument.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's a gem.
Yeah, no, that's real.
That's a gem.
That's the realest shit I done heard in a long time.
That's a fucking gem. I don't even know how I'm gonna top that. Now I gotta come with like some dark shit.
Nah, you're good. You don't gotta do that.
Yeah, so learn your lady's cycle, fellas, and a couple days before that day starts, because then you'll know.
Because like most
that a
dudes
gym?
just think you gotta watch out for the cycle.
Huh?
Nope, you gotta watch out for that 5 days before that motherfucker start. Bro, it's crazy how once it's, bro, I've dealt with PMS so bad. Once her cycle started, I was like, finally. Thank God. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're not having a real argument. We don't actually have a relationship problem. You were just about to start your cycle.
You know what's crazy is I know this one girl right before her cycle started, she used to want to cut people.
Okay. Nah, stay away from me. You're good.
Nah.
She used to be like, my bad, my cycle about to start. I'm sorry, I'm tweaking. I'd be like,
hard the sharp. All
was
You
that.
so-
only got
self-aware.
baby knives in the house.
butter
All
knives,
rubber
and
and
baby
shit.
knives.
Ain't cut
Safety
nothing.
scissors.
Safety
scissors for real.
The dog shit hit
Them hoes short and shit. They get boxy and shit. You fuck.
Gotta cut her nails in her sleep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like exactly.
Go ahead,
You gotta
Ali.
see 'em.
So I have like a little thought story as well as advice. And
Oh, she said she a thought and a thought.
So I was engaging in coitus
In what?
in a car. Coitus. Sex. Fucking. In a car.
That nigga said, what?
That's a new word
I
for
don't
me.
own no damn dictionary.
I ain't never
What I
had
look-
one of
What I
them.
look like, Webster?
Don't let these
A
glasses.
thesaurus.
Don't let these glasses fool you.
That's one of them themosauruses, right?
Is that a dinosaur?
Sorry. Anyway, continue, please.
Anyways, so this was in like one of my older relationships. But long story short, I was feeling the thing and I was like, let's fuck in this car. And he was like, nah, we should go back to the house. And I was like, nah, like, let's do this right now. Because when we get back to the house, I might not.
It's
Wanna
my.
fuck
She
you then.
said it's my dick and I need it now.
That part. So You know?
Damn, wait, hold on, wait.
Listen.
Not JG Whitworth.
No, like, okay, I'm tripping over the whole way. If a nigga takes you to the house, you might be not in the
No, because it was in the moment. Like, it was in the moment.
Okay,
it was in the
alright.
moment, so the thing, right? So
She wasn't like his entanglement.
LOL. So we was doing the thing in the car, and then all of a sudden there's this fucking knock on the window.
Damn, not 12.
And
Put your
12
clothes
didn't
on.
even wait. They just opened the door.
Bro, this nigga's wild. He was
Yo.
like, titty. That nigga wanted to see some
No,
titties.
like high key.
Put your goddamn clothes on.
Long story short, yeah. So long story
Dirty.
short, got caught by 12, and that was super scary. And we could have went to jail for like a lot of different things, but the cop let us go because he said he liked my titties. He didn't say that in front of my boyfriend at the time.
So what you're
But he
saying
It was
is
the titties.
you can have sex in a
titties.
car.
As long as you got nice titties.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
That's the real truth.
but also, better safe than sorry, ladies. Just keep it at the house. Just keep it at the house.
Nah, I like fucking in cars.
Don't fuck in the car. And if you are gonna fuck in the car, make it in front of your house. Do it in the driveway or some shit. But don't do it down the street or whatever the fuck, because you will get caught by somebody. And that's not a good look, to be booty ass naked, sitting on some dick. End of story.
See where you fucked up at is nobody was looking.
Keep some white
This
shit.
story wrong.
Booty ass naked. Was it?
Imagine the
How
cop
was
like,
it? Hey, what was the tent percentage?
Huh?
What was the tent percentage?
I couldn't even tell you.
Glass
it
house.
Was dark
It was glass
outside.
house.
Fish bowling.
Fish bowl. But Sean,
Oh, what? You was your idea, nigga. Cough in the shower.
I will say, it sucks to have to learn that lesson like that.
You feel me?
But
It's embarrassing.
but you definitely, like, I had to learn the lesson too. Just like fucking in cars is just, you know.
He was like, "What do you have
Make
to say
better
for yourself?"
decisions.
I was like, "I'm in there."
Not saying it's not great. Not saying it's not a
this was in
rush.
your adult life.
Just make better decisions, you know, going forward. Just don't fuck in the car, guys. You know what I'm saying? Just go
Bed.
home. Make it home.
Man, hey, so
Front yard,
we're in a hotel.
backyard,
you know what I'm
anywhere.
saying?
Like a real
I was
hotel.
fucking in the car.
Not a
Cops
3 hour.
pulled up on me. They let me go. So I went back in the house and continued what I was doing. It wasn't scared.
Hold on.
anyway,
You were fucking in the car and you went back in the house.
Yeah, after they pulled up, they whoop whoop.
So you was fucking out in front of the house.
Nah, it was like around the corner.
My advice to men is that you don't have to lie to get what you want. You could really have your cake and eat it too out here. If she was gonna smash you, not knowing you had a girlfriend, she's still gonna smash you knowing you have a girlfriend. That's real life. That's my advice. Just tell the truth. He'll save you the heartache.
Wait, hold on. Wait. So
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
For real.
So the problem is usually is that the girlfriend is the one who can't know about the shit. But as far as like the other chick, that's the reason why it's like you might as well just say you're single. Cause it's like, why the fuck would I say I'm in a relationship? For the same point you made. If she gonna fuck me, whether I'm in a relationship or not, why the fuck would I say I'm in a relationship?
But then,
then you gonna have
look,
to-
here's why. Because if you don't say it, now she gets to play the card of I didn't know I'm coming to you as a woman and this
Not
man
I'm coming
ain't
to you as a
shit.
woman.
But like when you have her in on the bullshit with you, then like it's like,
I
It
love
works out better.
you know,
So I like that.
I feel like that's just like that's immature. When I say immature,
it's immature to tell the truth. You like?
no, I'm saying
Tell the
it's,
truth, shame the devil.
it's immature because it's like if you like you
Just
really
dissect
think
it.
you really think if like shit hits the fan, she's not just gonna be like, wait, I didn't know I was doing this or some shit like that.
I mean, but like that's why you keep receipts.
What I'm saying is like, what is that? Okay, so now she's in cahoots with you. It's still, you see what I'm saying? It don't change the reality of like, you still trying to You know?
I mean,
Trying to keep this
but
shit a
you
secret,
living
you know
in
what
the
I'm saying?
reality that like you're not telling your girl.
So why the fuck would I be honest to this?
You living in the reality that like your girl think you out here being loyal. And that's not the reality that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a reality where you keeping it 100 with everybody and they either gonna fuck with you or they not.
So what you're saying is let them make the decision.
Yeah, because coochie is everywhere.
Oh, you talking about you don't have to lie
To nobody.
None of them.
Not a one.
Even your girl, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, look, baby.
I'm gonna fuck
I'm
these
about to go
hoes.
fuck it.
And like, nah, real talk, I learned that from a woman.
Sorry.
Real talk.
So while we still on this topic, right? My advice is to the young niggas. So I don't know if anybody in here has gotten caught by somebody's parents,
Man.
but this is what I want to tell the young niggas, right? When you and the young women too, when you at this person's house, your sneaky link, your significant other, whatever you want to call them, you need to know the parents' hours of operation.
What they footsteps sound like.
You know what the steps sound like. You know the stairs. If they got stairs, you know when they
When you hear that squeak on the
that squeak on that fourth row, you need to know. You need to know where when the garage opens. You need to know. You just need to know everything, right?
That nigga be casing the house before you get in.
No, I'm just fucking. Go ahead.
And you need to know every exit, right? There was one time I was messing with a girl. She stayed in a one bedroom house, a 1-story house, right? Her room was right by the garage, but her room was like 25 feet, not even 40 feet away from the back door. Her backyard had two, like the fence. It had 2 loose planks. I loosened them.
This is the
So that way, when I heard that garage open, no matter what the fuck I was doing, I had an escape plan. So
he was a man's truck. Oh, gotta go.
So what I'm basically telling y'all is have an escape plan so that way you don't get caught.
That way you don't be jumping out the window onto no car.
Yeah, because like
Bro, that video was crazy.
I jumped out, I had to jump out of a 2-story.
Crazy.
Yeah, nah, bro. Hey, we just got caught that day.
I was 2-story house. Her room her window was like right by to her this thing where it was like flat on the roof, and I had to jump off the roof onto the jump from the roof to the ground in her backyard.
So,
but I had to stop, and she was slapping me off. She mid suck, and she was like, yeah, mid suck, and she was like, my mama home. I was like, I thought your mama ain't come home this time. She was like, well, she home. More of the story is
That was too much conversation. You
have an
escape.
have an escape plan.
I'm about to argue with you.
Know where the parents are
Back
supposed to
and
be
forth and
home.
shit.
That's simple. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Oh man.
So I did want to say on.
Oh, what's up?
Or you can go and sell something, or like maybe you like developed a skill growing up, and you have like a skill, and you can charge people to like do shit for them, like maybe, I don't know, pressure washing, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody develops skills by a certain age. And the money that you get, you can go and rent a place to fuck at. So that way,
Bro, no, that's fucking crazy because my mom fucking said that to me. She was like, Alia, you know, if you want to have sex, like, you could just fucking go to a motel. And I was like, Mom, why would I do that? And I could fuck in my room. And then we could stare at each other.
Bro, that's crazy.
niggas be like, cause I don't want you fucking at my house.
Back to our
And I'm like,
regularly
Mom,
scheduled
if
program.
someone were to kill me, wouldn't you want to know?
She's
Why are you
I would
fucking
want you to be
murderers?
I want you to be a hard worker and get your own place to fuck at.
I was like, Mom, you should want me to put my pussy in your house.
Wow.
Hey, so y'all heard about 600
terrible-
Breezy saying Quavo is snitch
terrible
if he
conversation
testify?
for- Yeah.
Did y'all hear
Look, I'ma
that
beat your
600
ass.
Breezy,
Like that.
600 Breezy, y'all, 600 Breezy said Quavo is snitch if he testify? How y'all feel about that?
I feel like
I don't
that's
know
bitch
enough about the
behavior.
case.
Bitch behavior, talk to me.
As in,
Like
yes,
Will Smith slapping Chris Rock?
like yes, in hindsight, like snitches get stitches, whatever the fuck, blah 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 blah. But at some point, it's like, nah, bro got violated for real. Takeoff is dead, and if somebody knows who did it,
Who got left off in Bad and Bougie?
Bro, relax.
like if somebody know who did
See me
it,
outside, bro.
especially like for example, like if Quavo's seen some and he really cares about his nephew, why wouldn't he say nothing?
His nephew, I thought they was cousins.
Whoever.
Because
No,
in
that's
all reality,
So-
because
Okay,
600
good.
Breezy was talking about just go get it back in blood. But like in all reality, bro, that's stupid because everybody looking at him to get it back in blood. Like
Exactly.
everybody expecting that. Like that nigga gonna be in handcuffs within 2 hours.
Exactly.
Like
Same thing with Lil Durk and whatchamacallit. Everybody was expecting it. Like it like we ready. We waiting for you to fuck up.
Yeah.
A lot of times the people saying go get it back in blood ain't got no money.
that's also a fact.
Yeah. They ain't got
nothing
that put a
to
hit out
lose.
money.
You got $1 million, nigga. It's hard to be like, go get it back in blood, nigga.
Or since this is my relative, this ain't a friend.
Exactly.
This ain't somebody I do music with, work with. This is my flesh and blood. I'm gonna just be like, hey,
You shot him.
that nigga shot my cousin, my
Over a
nephew,
dice
my sister,
game.
auntie, baby cousin Tracy.
Yeah, put that nigga in jail.
Facts.
Because he don't know how to handle
Arrest.
And then
that.
let
That
the jail
man.
niggas get it back in blood because they already in jail.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
So
People
we
die
are-
in jail all the time.
So we all in agreement that it's not snitching.
No, it's not.
I
Okay.
don't know.
We have two. We have a I don't know. We
I
have
said
a
I don't
yes.
know enough. I don't know what they talking about when they say like if he testify. I don't know what this. What's I don't know what case. You talking about the murder case?
Yeah.
And testify in what way? Like
Testifying, like
Pointing the finger.
pointing
Like,
a finger.
Yeah.
like
I
they
saw-
started shooting first.
why
They
the fuck-
started getting heated
why
over
they
the
need him
dice
to
game.
testify anyway? All the
Because-
people they had in that shit.
They was there.
I'm saying like all the people that's there. Why they wouldn't need Quavo's testimony to convict the nigga?
I mean, but like if you think about it, the people that were there were like the mob ties people,
Mob ties.
and then the people who shot Quavo. I mean, the fucking Takeoff. So like, who's gonna snitch? Besides
Oh, you
Quavo?
saying he wasn't? He didn't have none of his people there.
That's the whole check-in culture.
Wasn't it-
That was the whole argument. They were like, what did these people come check in with you for to still not be safe in your city? You feel me?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just.
But
saying,
like that's the only people they were with. They were with mob ties. It was
this
just
nigga
them two and mob
celebrating his
ties.
birthday. His nigga
Okay, I
ain't
thought-
not
so-
one of his other cousins, no sister,
I
brother,
thought-
nobody.
Nobody.
It was just him and Takeoff, and then a bunch of niggas from Houston.
Playing dice.
Like I said, I don't know. enough,
I thought-
nigga. I'm
I
like,
thought
nigga, that sounds
somebody
hard to
told-
believe right there.
I heard from the story that Takeoff got shot by his own people.
Yeah, I had heard that.
So like,
I had
Why
heard
are you
That
doing
still
that?
like
too.
I
had
don't know
heard
because it keeps
through
like following.
one
up.
of Houston's grapevines that his manager shot him, and
yeah,
his manager was aiming at somebody else, but he
And missed.
accidentally shot Takeoff.
either way it goes, we have some say it's not
I
snitching.
don't
We have
know.
some people
Take
saying,
off. Your album
don't
was
know.
lit.
but before we get into our main topic, let's touch on this John Morant suspension.
John Warrant.
He was at the strip club enjoying himself. Why is he suspended? Because he had a Glock.
No, he actually got suspended because the gun was so small it couldn't have been self-defense. So it was like, bro, what the fuck? He just showing up.
You just showing a gun just to show a gun. And so I'm gonna start off on this. I want to say that like all the things that he's done up until this point was like him just being young, right? And I could blame this one on him being young, but it's like at some point you gotta be smarter, bro. Like even if you are a hood dude, right? There's a lot of hood dudes in the NBA. John Wall is one. John Wall done thrown up big B's in the middle of a game after like literally celebrating the shot on national TV.
Got fined too.
Stupid fine. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's things that like. And I've seen somebody else throw it, Big B's up in the league, and so forth and so on.
I mean, we forgot about JR, nigga.
JR was
Derrick Rose.
That's what I'm saying. So many people that are from the streets and like in the NBA and have like have done things, right? Gilbert Arenas had a gun, but all I'm saying is we are in a age of technology. We are in a days of social media. You slapped a 17-year-old. I support it. He would threaten you. Slap that little nigga. He needs to learn some respect.
Slap that nigga.
By my idol.
Yeah, he needs to learn some respect. But ain't no fucking reason why you should be showing a gun on Instagram Live, bro.
And then you a millionaire. Get a bigger gun.
Oh God. But like, yeah, bro.
You know you snuck that in here. You snuck it in your shoe.
In your shoe.
That bitch in your
pea
sock.
shoe.
Bro, you was hooping at that in your sock.
Exactly. That hole's in your sock.
What's up?
I feel like his suspension would make sense if the gun was like illegal, but it's not. Like, could you just argue that he's an American exercising his Second Amendment right?
I mean, so you can, but like
if he wants to
in
brand
doing business, there's rules in business.
But what business was he doing?
He's an
he works
NBA
for the
player.
NBA.
He works for the
He's a-
NBA. He's always on the clock.
I understand.
But the
that.
NBA also has yes,
got
there's
rules for
national
the
rules,
public-
but the NBA
public
has
figures.
rules as well. So like the reason why one of the main reasons why he's currently suspended
Because he doesn't have a good lawyer.
Because Colorado. So Colorado already like dismissed. They was like, there's not enough evidence for us. There's nothing. So like we ain't worried about it. The NBA is trying to figure out: did he have this gun on a plane?
Yeah.
Did he on an NBA plane? Did he have this gun in an NBA locker room?
And
This is not his first time with a gun either. Him and his people was pointing a red dot at the Pacers team after they lost.
And in that, if he had hired a lawyer, that lawyer would have spaced him away from all that shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, the
And
suspension.
sued the NBA for suspending him.
So the suspension does make sense.
But the suspension doesn't make sense if they're relating his suspension to the incident regarding his Instagram Live in the strip club. Because he's in his off time, like he's in his own time.
So as an NBA, as a professional athlete, you are all there's no I'm in my
that's
own
the
time.
same thing that happened with Kyrie when he was talking about that.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like that in itself is a problem, as in how much of your job can dictate your personal life.
Yeah.
Wait,
No,
hold on,
I don't
hold
think
on.
no. That's not a problem at all.
But
because
I feel like it is.
Hold on, it's not a problem at all because now you gotta realize. Same thing with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Dude, you're a public figure. You are in the limelight 24/7.
We're sitting right here.
Hey, you're in the limelight 24/7. Like you gotta move smarter.
But like I feel like
That's like no. That's
the
like
flip
Obama
side-
walking around with a Glock and slapping somebody.
hey man, that's a president.
Nobody gonna
bitch
say
slap.
so. Nobody gonna say something about Obama slapping somebody. With
He
a
ain't
Glock.
the president no more.
He's a president elect.
Hey, when this suit come off, I'm a real nigga.
So
But listen, okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I feel like on the flip side, like in John Morant's case, yeah, bro is moving stupid. But on the flip side, I do feel like the NBA does micromanage their employees a little bit too much. I.e. the Kyrie Irving situation when he said that a movie that quote unquote had anti-Semitic ideals in it was a good movie on national TV and they didn't allow him to play for like the hella games.
So that right there is different.
But how?
But why is that
that's another
different?
instance of
But
micromanaging.
that's two things why that's different. And also one because what was the word you said?
Anti-Semitic.
And who does that relate to?
Jewish people
And what did the Jews do?
control everything.
All right, then. So that's why he got suspended.
But like that wouldn't have been possible
Hey,
if the NBA.
I don't agree with that.
But listen, that would not have been possible if the NBA didn't already have the power to micromanage everything its employees
I mean,
did.
but see, that's not our problem. That's not their problem. The problem. So you gotta understand, they signed a contract. They chose to sign this contract and make millions of dollars. When you sign a contract and make millions of dollars and you don't read that fine print, they can dictate whatever the fuck you want to do. So if I say, yeah, if in the contract, if you don't read and it says I get to slap you twice a week out the
What are you trying to
out the
say?
week. I mean, twice a month. twice a month. There we go. It says I get to
Twice
slap
a month
you,
out the week. What are you trying to say?
I get to slap you 2 times out the month.
Okay.
If
Where did the week come in?
Huh?
Where did the week come in?
I don't know, because that means like you can slap like maybe like
Oh my
every
God,
here.
nigga, hurry up.
But if the contract says I can slap you twice a month, it don't matter when I slap you. You signed the contract and it said I can slap you, and you got to deal with it.
I have a
And
question.
it's just that simple. You got to take it. You're not supposed to have a gun. You're an NBA player.
I have a question.
What's up?
Does it say that in the contract explicitly that
They
in
can
the
slap them?
in the NBA you can't exercise your Second Amendment rights?
No, it doesn't say you can't exercise your Second Amendment rights, but it does say that you can't. The NBA, like I said, the NBA has rules. You can't have a gun on the NBA plane. You can't have a gun in the locker room. You damn sure as somebody that's a face of the NBA, because not only is he an NBA player, but he's slowly becoming the face of the NBA.
Okay.
And guns aren't even allowed in basketball arenas, like, period.
So this is what I want to say, right? So one, the NBA has a public image that it has to present to fans in order to sell the game, the sport, and the consumption of the sport to fans. So when you sign your contract with the NBA, in order to receive millions of dollars, your public perception is managed by the NBA.
Makes sense.
So when you interfere with the public perception that they have planned for the entire NBA, and you step outside of that, there will be penalties, and that's what he did. So like, it's not exercising your Second Amendment right isn't the problem here. It's the manner in which he did it and the situation. And so like,
As in being in a strip club.
manner and
online.
situation. It's not. Nobody said he can't hold a gun. Nobody took his gun away
I
from
never
him.
said that.
So that's not. So just showing his gun off, that's not the violation. The violation is not exercise. It didn't violate his Second Amendment right. We're not talking about that. The violation is violating the public image that the NBA
And how did he
manages.
violate his public image? By being in a strip club, on live, branding his shin, his legally owned gun?
Yes, because you're showing off a gun.
That is legally owned.
What I'm saying
Americans
is
love their
nobody
guns.
has a problem with your Second Amendment right. It's the fact that you're showing it off in a public sphere. That's what I'm saying. So like, if he did an advertisement for a gun like company, that's different, and that would fall under like what what's the word? What's the word that they call your advertisements?
So I have a question.
Endorsements.
So if he
like,
was at home listening to some rap music and he was like, got my guns, do you feel like the NBA still would have had the right to suspend him?
this is the problem. If you put it on live, it is now public media. That's
I feel
what I'm
like
saying.
the problem was
Your
that he
public
was in
statements-
Colorado.
So, like, I feel like the real problem above all is the fact that, like, he possibly could have had this itty bitty weapon on the, NBA sanctioned plane in the arena where they are already, both of those things don't allow weapons. You feel me? Like, you can't get on any plane with a gun. You feel me? You can't go
Unless
into.
you're a licensed government official.
Well, you
Facts.
can't get on it carrying the gun.
Yeah, you can get on the plane with the gun. You just can't carry it on the plane. Somebody else got to carry it on for you.
No, I'm saying unless like you can put a gun in your overhead or something.
No, not your overhead.
It's
It has to be in your check bag.
check bag. There we go, in the check bag. So you can have a gun on the plane.
Yeah, you just can't carry it on you.
Yeah, but toting
Somebody else got to carry it onto the plane for you.
that bitch on your waist.
Yeah, unless you're a government official.
Exactly.
But
So either way, with that being the real issue at hand,
Wait, quick question. You're saying the NBA's trying to figure out if he had the gun on him on the plane or had it in his
because you got to
like,
so,
either. But I feel like the NBA would have stricter rules on carrying weapons, especially since they have like people who are worth $1 million on these planes.
Well,
you
no,
know?
you can. So
So
if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but as far as I remember, the NBA does allow those players to have guns like around them, just not in the locker room. There's like certain areas.
yeah. So
Okay.
So like at the hotel, they can have a gun. In the
you can have a
hotel.
whole. So here's the thing, right? When it comes because this is what the issue is, right? Ja went to the strip club and then left the strip club and hopped on the plane. So that's why they're trying to figure out did he have the gun on the plane, because it's like
Oh,
you,
so okay. So
you went from strip you didn't go from strip club to hotel
To the plane.
To the plane, because you're in Denver. He's in Denver, Colorado.
Went straight to the plane.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? You went from strip club to plane. So it's like, where did the gun go in between strip club and plane?
And in that is why my last point, my whole point, Ja Morant needs a fucking lawyer. Because at the end of the day, they can't prove that shit. They didn't check that nigga on the plane. They didn't check him in the locker room. They cannot prove that he had that shit in the locker room or on the plane.
My Fifth Amendment right.
That's the thing is that if that's not
I feel
illegal,
I feel like especially since they suspended him.
He needs his union rep. That's what he needs.
Since they suspended him for a very long time, in those times,
2 games.
2 games.
It started off as 2 games. Then it went to like 3.
I mean,
it was like 60 days. Wasn't it like 60 days?
What would the lawyer do?
Suing for like defamation of character.
He was suing the NBA?
You want him to sue? You want him to sue the NBA? So you want him to lose?
You want him to sue the Jewish
You
people?
want him to get blackballed?
I'm kidding.
So
LOL.
So
I'm just trying to figure out what a lawyer would do in the situation. I'm not actually.
So he doesn't need a lawyer.
I'm not dismissing it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. I'm just like,
you're on the right path.
would the lawyer
Bro.
The lawyer would sue the NBA. That's what you're saying.
I feel like y'all make a good point as to why he shouldn't, but I still feel like, especially since people are saying he's gonna lose his career anyway.
So no, here's the thing, right?
He could be good. He could be good from
two things, right?
He don't get injured.
He doesn't need a lawyer. He needs his NBA union rep, because the NBA is a union. It has a union. I forgot what it's called, but Players
Association.
Yeah, the players. He has a players association. That's the union. So he needs his union rep. That's the first thing.
And Chris Paul, the president.
No, I don't think he's president anymore.
No.
Oh,
He used to be. He was for a long time.
Yeah. Second thing, Chris Paul's a stitch.
Snitch?
You ain't see that shit? So it was in a game, right? I forgot who the Suns were playing, but the other team only had 4 people on the court.
Bro, yeah, it was the Sixers. And Harden had jumped on the court. That shit was hilarious.
And Chris Paul was like, "Hey." But anyways, and then to appease these people who are paying him, he needs to do what Gilbert Arenas says. He needs to change his image. Because right now he looks like the bad boy. He looks like the AI. So that's one of the reasons why AI had his issues, because he refused to change his image. He got tattoos. He got locks. He's out hanging around people who are hood. It
was braids.
Huh?
No,
I got the Iverson braids. I thought she was talking about AI.
I thought the same thing too.
Yeah, he has locks. He's hanging around people. He has tattoos. He's hanging around people that carry guns, so forth and so on. He needs to change his image. He needs to cut the locks off for now. Grow them back later.
I feel like that's not the locks. Everything else though.
I mean, you can't take the tattoos away.
You can get them covered up.
I mean, you can, but you can't. The man has a lot of tattoos.
As far as quick adjustments, cutting his locks.
The quickest adjustment is to cut his locks off, keep his head down for the rest of the season and half of next season, and just play ball. Drop 30 a night, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. Nobody argues with him, or he has to win a ring this season.
You know what's more? Well, yeah,
because nobody argues with a winner.
Nobody cares if you win. But aside from that, I will say, even if he's not a winner, and even if he doesn't because he's young, so even if he doesn't have the maturity yet to want to actually clean up his image, the easiest thing to fix this problem is to get him to stop putting out public media.
Delete his Instagram.
Instagram Live, Twitter, all of that shit. Just cut it off.
Push it.
If you get off of that shit, that cuts out 90%. Because then we don't see him doing that. So then he can be in the club with his gun.
There's a gray button on the inside.
And then it's just something that happened. You know what I'm saying?
That nobody knew about.
But the reason that the outrage is happening is literally only because he was on Instagram Live with it. If he didn't do that shit, he would have just been holding his gun like this in the club, and it wouldn't have been no problem. And so I think, even if he don't want to clean up his image, or even if that's going to take more time, the quickest, fastest thing he can do is just stop with the Instagram Lives, just stop getting on public media, stop putting yourself out there like that. And then you can just tote guns. You can go out, be with your homies, be in the hood, be out in Memphis, whatever, be hanging out with the rappers. and you can shoot at people. And nobody know you did it.
Bro, but also just to get deeper into it, bro, there was that story about how one of his sisters like 17, right? One of his somebody
She's a fucking dog.
Yeah, nah, she cold. But somebody had called his sister a bitch at his sister's school, and his sister called him to come handle it. And I feel like that was the dumbest shit.
Hey, that's his sister should not have called him.
Why would you call
Where
this?
her boyfriend at?
Like, bro, call your daddy.
Yeah, your dad. Where your boyfriend at? You a hooper. Every girl that's a hooper got hella niggas that's her homies.
Like, bro, anybody could have whooped his ass. Why you call your brother that's worth $1 million?
Wait, so he went though?
He went and he slapped. Well, no. He went and the cops was trying to push him, and then somebody that he was with went and slapped the nigga. And so he's getting backlash off of that.
I would have just called somebody and been like,
Yeah,
hey.
I would
Like, you could have called your people and still not showed
But
up.
I wouldn't have told them like, hey, hurt him for real. But I would have been like,
Yeah,
run up
slap
there
him
and
around a
slap
little
the nigga.
bit. Slap him around a little
Don't
bit.
even slap him around. Just give him one real heavy slap. Like, slap the shit out the nigga. I bet you right. Just leave.
Not the Will Smith.
And don't even tell him why he got slapped. Just run up. Send one of the most grown looking niggas we got on the squad. This nigga just fully grown. This nigga 37. And just slap the shit out of this little nigga. And bro,
Make sure he missing a tooth too.
Bro, and I mean like head, like the nigga fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, ah.
and then look up from the floor like, why?
The fuck? And then just take off running. Nigga just gone, leave. Get in a Hellcat Charger, just skirt off. Nigga be traumatized after that. He'd be like, yeah, nah.
Never use the word bitch
I don't
again.
even say bitch. I don't even like that term, nigga. I hear that shit, I get mad.
I start shaking.
So check it, right? But on to the main topic is blood thicker than water.
Is it?
Is it? I'm gonna start off with the question is, in a situation, are you putting your friends first or your family first? What situation? Well, no better yet.
I'm putting me first.
What situation?
Bitch.
What situation does it take for you to put your friends over your family?
What? None of them.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
I'm never gonna put my friends over my
It
family.
depends.
I'm not the friend.
Okay,
Not the
friends,
friend to be
never.
friends with.
Not friends,
Okay,
never.
let's not say friend. Let's say it's like somebody you like consider like one of your friends.
I don't give a fuck
that's
how
your
close we
chosen
are.
family
I
friend.
don't give a goddamn how close we are. I'm never putting my friends over my family. That's not how it works.
Here's the thing, bro. And here's why I feel like this shouldn't even be happening, bro. You should have a certain level of respect for my family. Like, you should respect my family more than I respect my family.
Facts.
Like, because I didn't brought you around my people, you feel me? And in that, you supposed to be showing my people that you are not a problem. You're not supposed to be a problem around my people. Like I understand, like, some people be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me crazy. But if I'm at your mama house and she cussing everybody out, I'm not finna start cussing back at her. Like, that don't make sense. That's not.
I'm gonna sit there and say yes, ma'am.
Yes, man. And she
Don't
tell me
eat
to
that
get up
shit.
and clean the kitchen. I'ma clean the kitchen. Like, what? That don't. What? Because what are you causing problems for? Because now, why would you put your friend in the space where she has to choose, or she or he has to choose between her family and you? Because I wouldn't want you to choose me over your daddy or your mama or your cousin or
I ain't
your
gonna lie
sister.
Okay, so sorry. Were you done?
I mean, go ahead.
Significant other?
That's where it gets shaky. For real.
Ain't no friend.
Yeah, because that's not a friend, especially if that's somebody that I feel like I'm choosing to spend the rest of my life
but
with.
that's also not blood, so that
Nigga,
comes
if I
into the
marry
water.
her, that's my family.
That's water. That's
Hey,
the
bro,
water.
if I put a kid in her, that's blood.
Nah, if I marry her, that's my family.
Okay, so prime example, right? This goes for you, husband, wife, right? Husband gets into it with dad, wife gets into it with the mama. Whose side you choosing?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I can't fuck my mama.
You better choose your side. Like Aaliyah said earlier, this is what I mean by that. It's up for, in the situation you brought up, right, or you brought up, Sean, if I'm in a situation and somebody mama trip out, just start yelling at all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to go back and forth with their mama.
Mm-hmm.
That's up for them to do. But I am going to take them aside and say, hey, look, I ain't like that shit, so I'm not gonna put myself in this place.
Yeah, I'm not coming over here, though.
I'm not gonna come over. But it's up for her to say, nah, I want you to still come over, so I'm gonna step up and interact with her to make sure you don't have to go through that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you can't control your family members.
Yeah.
Sometimes your family members gonna be out of line. You know they out of line.
Yeah.
It's up for you to step up and say, hey, family member, you out of line. Don't talk to this person who is not our family like that.
So my question is, do you do it in front of the people or do you pull your family member to the side?
It depends on the situation.
It definitely
but
depends.
I will do whatever I feel is
So I
necessary
got an
in the
example,
situation.
right?
If shit getting live right now, hey, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, to my family member if I got to.
All right, so here's an example, right? I know somebody who recently, right? They mama and they girl got into it. Girl started talking shit to the mama.
Crazy. She already out
Krishan
of
Rock
pocket.
beat Blueface Mom's ass.
No.
And they still
Blueface
together.
beat
So
Krishan Rock daddy.
listen, right?
Now we even.
So the dude and his girl got into it, right? Dude calls his mom to come get him, right? Windows busted, so forth and so on. Then so mom's like, hey, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. But I have this event to go to, so when I get done with this event, I'll come back and take care of it, right? While she's at the event, Shorty starts popping off on the mama through text. Blase running her mouth, right? Mama pulls back up after the event on Shorty at Shorty house, right? Shorty still popping off, yin. Mama flood her shit.
Ooh, pop. Oh.
Mama flood her shit. She on the ground, mama choking her out, right?
God damn.
Mama comes to and was like, let me leave before I go to jail, right? Shorty get the yin again.
You ain't learned.
And runs up on mama while she in her car. So mama hop out the car and just take off on her, right? And then mama tells son, either you gonna stay your ass in this house, or you gonna go live with that bitch, me or her. He chooses her. He chooses the bitch.
What the f?
I would have
Not the
locked the
mama.
door. Locked the front door. Like, mama, what we eating tonight?
What we eating, bro? This girl is crazy. She just got choked out and got up for seconds. Obviously, she not all the way there, bro.
Like, mama, that girl crazy. I'm so happy that happened.
So
I've seen the light.
So in that situation, you taking well, you already said it. You taking mama's side.
In that very specific situation.
So Rose, it's your in that situation. It's dude and dad and your father.
I'm taking my dad's side.
Zach,
Me and my family jump people. So.
damn, homegirl abusive
So
too.
like that abusive shit running the blood.
I mean, she is Jamaican.
The blood.
The blood.
So I will say, like, yeah, I've sat down and was like, hey, mom, so this girl's special to me. Don't run her off, you know. And when my mom has caused issues with my girlfriend in the past, I've been like, hey, stop that shit. Or else I just won't bring her over here, and then you won't meet her. And then I get married and you won't be invited. And my mom be like, man, that's some whack shit, nigga. I'm like, yeah, I know, huh?
Ain't it?
Yeah, I'm like, so you better watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? But I also tell my girl, like, I mean, I didn't have to tell her nothing like that. She knew to, you know, control herself. Because, like, I feel like you should have something internal that tells you, like, not to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? No matter what
Easy.
a person's parent says to you, you should have something internal like, you know what? I'm just go outside.
We'll just
know
take
what
a
I'm
walk.
But sit there and go back and forth that shit. I don't,
Can I say something right quick? I feel like when we're like in this conversation, we're making it very specific to like romantic relationships and friendships that involves like if your friends are conflicting with your family. But I feel like just in general terms,
Conflict of interest.
yeah, but just in general terms of like the statement itself is blood thicker than water. I do not feel like blood is thicker than water. because in saying that, that is also saying that your family can't do any wrong.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
And that's a fucking lie. Sometimes your family does you worse than the people that you choose.
Let me interject.
Yeah.
Let me interject real quick. If one of my homies whooping my older brother ass, I'ma help.
You feel me?
That's crazy. I mean, nah, but also I feel the exact same way about my older brother.
Let her finish.
That's it.
So in that, I feel like it really just it just boils down to like respect, like who respects you as a person more and who do you respect more. Like if you've constantly been dogged out by your family your whole life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that same family is expecting you to choose them over everything else. Fuck no. Like,
eat a dick.
That is not okay. And just like on the opposite, like if your friends have disrespected the fuck out of you, like you've just been around some shitty ass friends and your family is actively trying to like be that cushion for you, like, hey, XYZ, then you should use your better head and follow in what your family is telling you. But also like, but ultimately, but pretty much what I'm trying to say, ultimately, it just boils down to who you respect more. And if you respect yourself, then you're always going to go with the people that respect you.
Period, Pooh.
That's that.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah.
Bro, stop.
I mean, everybody.
Do you do this in front of the beaches?
That's why I said it's different.
Everybody family.
I do it in front of my students.
I know it's kind of how my family operates, you know.
Because okay, like so for example, I'm gonna make a personal example. It's kind of a dark turn, but I have a family that's full of like fucking predators, unfortunately. And my mom.
That's why you abusive. You be slapping people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And my mom, like, for example, in order to satiate her and the peace within my home, like she will have me be around these people that have like knowingly put me in fucked up situations. You feel me? And even though in the past I have like stifled my feelings to keep the peace within the house, like ultimately I was just like, I'm not about to entertain my abuser for the sake of you, even though you as my mom, that's what you want me to do. I'm not doing that. Like I'm picking myself. You get what I'm saying? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Dead ass. You gotta put yourself first, Lucius.
Right. Gotta put me
I
first.
choose me.
Just
I choose
you.
me. I'm sorry.
Choose you and who benefits you and who really cares about you in the long run. Like just because a woman popped you out her pussy don't mean she got your best interest at heart.
Damn.
And
Like
just
Blueface
because
Mama.
somebody calls you your friend or they're your friend don't mean they got your best interest at heart. So in that, actions speak louder than words, and let other people let people's actions speak for themselves, if that makes sense.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that as a good stopping point. Anybody got anything to say before we get out of here? Cause that Alia was dropping some gems.
Fuck with my family, we'll fuck you up.
Facts.
So before we get out of here, I just want to let y'all know, ladies, go ahead and fuck that nigga and get it over with. It's
Not
okay.
in the car though.
Not
In the house.
But keep it a grip. Be honest.
fellas.
Tell
I'm
everybody
that
involved.
nigga.
fellas.
Get it over
If
with.
you gonna fuck her, make sure you strap up, and if you don't, make sure your hips good so you can pull out.
Two strap, like gym pads.
No, two
nigga,
condoms
strap
are
up.
actually
Strap up.
a fallacy.
Yeah, be like Big Sean, have a bulletproof condom and, still have to pull out. On that note,
That doesn't
stop
even
eating
sound
ass.
good. Yeah, definitely agree with that. We need
Besides
we need
that-
to talk this shit.
This has been episode
Fucking
1 of the
pandemic
thought
out
process.
2023.
Wait, is it an ass eating pandemic?
Bro.
Wow.
Bro.
I've got my ass.
Women's expectations for getting their ass eaten it's 100% now, bro.
Skyrocketed. It has skyrocketed.
Bro, literally a conversation I never ever fucking had all of a sudden fell out the sky. It's like everybody want to talk about it.
On a side
This is
note, on a side
fucking
note,
hot
on a side
topic.
note, guys, question. Would y'all let a girl eat your ass?
Hey, when in doubt, eat her out. Besides
Wow.
that,
No,
besides
don't
that,
touch my butt.
this is 2020.
Nope.
This is episode 1 of the thought process. We out.